All right, so Dave Allen knocks Johnny Fisher damn near out cold in the fifth round of their rematch. A rematch which, first time around, I thought Dave Allen won. I thought he was extremely hard done by. Even though it was a close fight, he was extremely hard done by. And I thought this time around, he's got a chance, but I wasn't making him favourite, especially after the weigh in. When he weighed in the career heaviest, I was thinking, oh man, you've gone and blown it. Like, you literally have, you know. I mean, you had a chance, you had all this preparation, and you've gone and blown it. And early on, now, early on, and I'll hold my hands up, I was wrong, egg on my face, all that, no problem admitting it, right? But early on, I was thinking, hey, you blew it. Like, I was doing a watch along, and I was thinking, right, I know Dave Allen's output at the start of a fight is never normally the best. He normally is very conservative with his shots. If he feels like he can win this fight, or he feels like he can get into it, he will come on a little bit later and he will start letting the shots go a little bit more frequently. But he's normally a case of only throw when I think I can actually land. It's normally the case with Dave Allen, normally anyway. So in this fight, early on, it was Johnny Fisher at range. He was keeping range with the jab. He was letting the occasional right hand go. Something that he started implementing as the fight went on, but he should have been doing it really from the start, was the body work. He didn't really make an effort to attack Dave Allen's body, which I feel was a mistake, because I think that the body of Dave Allen was there for the taking. He was clearly carrying extra timber. I mean, that was apparent to see. You know, the felt protector was just constantly all over the place, which is normally a sign when that's happening that the fighter is a bit, out of shape. It's not fitting properly. So I thought, okay, the body is there, and I thought that there was a few times where he did. Now look, he did throw a lot of low blows. There was some low blows in there, but I did think there was some legit shots in there that hurt Dave Allen, quite frankly. And I was thinking, okay, you're looking composed. You're not wasting any shots, Johnny Fisher. Dave Allen is letting the occasional overhand right go. He's letting the occasional big shot go. But for the most part, he's being conservative. He's being good. I can't really fault him. And that was kind of the way this fight was going. It wasn't really catching fire. He wasn't really letting the shots go, understandably so, as he was the first time around, because again, I felt like he gassed a bit first time around, as did many others, and he just kept it conservative, which for me, again, I think was the right thing to do. Now, as the rounds progressed, we got into rounds 2, 3, and 4 in particular. Dave Allen did start upping the tempo ever so slightly. Like, it wasn't like, he went from 0 to 60 like that. It was more so he went from 0 to 20, if even, being a bit generous with that one. But you know what I mean. He started getting a little bit more into this fight. He started landing a few more shots. And at the end of round 4, in round 4 at one point, he did land the overhand right, which he's been trying to set up since the first round. He did manage to land it. Now, he landed it on Johnny Fisher, but Johnny Fisher, to his credit, took it fine. And it landed reasonably flush. It landed reasonably flush. So I was thinking, okay, is Johnny Fisher acclimatizing to the power of Dave Allen? Is Dave Allen weak? Has he not done the adequate training? Etc, etc, etc. So I'm thinking that. And we're going into round number 5, and I'm thinking, we're nearly past the halfway point. The judges are likely going to have Johnny Fisher in the lead. You could maybe only give maybe the first round, because it was a nothing round, and quite frankly, I felt Johnny Fisher was busier, so I just gave him to that round on activity. And potentially the second round, you could give to Dave Allen. Other than that, you're giving the rest to Johnny Fisher, and there's no even question about it. So I'm thinking Dave Allen's getting to the point now where he needs to come on strong. But last time round, he came on strong in the 5th round. Could he do the same? Now, early in that round, he was aggressive. He was letting more shots go, and I was thinking, okay, here we go again. He's going to come on now stronger in the 5th round. So let's see what happens. And as the round progressed, he just came on more and more and more. And then the crucial bit happened towards the back end of round number 5. He was trying to. So Dave Allen's jab was on point. His jab was very good, Dave Allen. Even though he wasn't throwing it much, it was very good. It was very sharp, snappy. And what he did is he threw a jab down low. So a great example of throwing a jab down low to set up a headshot, when I say down low, to the chest or abdomen area, would be if you've ever seen Canelo Alvarez versus James Kirkland. Highlight reel knockout. Canelo knocked him into outer space. What he did was he feinted. Well, he didn't feint. He actually jabbed down low. He brought he brought his shoulder down low, so you can see when you bring the shoulder down. Right, he's going for a body shot. Boom, and he came with the headshot. So he brought the gloves down and the headshot came. Dave Allen did the same, right? Not quite as, good as Canelo did it, because that was spectacular. But he jabbed down to Johnny Fisher's chest, the gloves came down to block it, and the overhand right came into the head. And that hurt Johnny Fisher. He then followed up Dave Allen with some body shots, which also hurt, landed a little combination. Johnny Fisher went down. Now, reminiscent to the first fight, down in round number 5. Okay, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, right, there's literally 10 seconds to go in round number 5. It's now or never. Because when he got back up, Johnny Fisher, you could tell he was hurt. He was hurt. He was a hurt fighter. He was wounded, right? Johnny Fisher, given the fact that he's not got the experience, he only had a handful of amateur fights, and he's fought at a very low level. Like, this just shows what Alan Babbage, like we were talking about him a couple of years ago, was what entertainment, but this is the level he's at. You're knocked out and around by, good Lord, right? But you could tell he was hurt, and you're like, right, Dave Allen, this is your chance. You got 10 seconds to do something. What are you going to do? In your career, throughout the course of your career, you've had 10 seconds or maybe more to do something. 9 times out of 10, you haven't done it. In fact, probably 10 times out of 10, you haven't done it. Now's your chance. What are you going to do? And he opened up a combination. He went down to the body again on Johnny Fisher, and this knockout was somewhat reminiscent of Tony Bellew versus Ilunga Makabu. Johnny Fisher's backed up against the ropes. Dave Allen lands a couple of body shots and then comes up with a left hook to the head. Ilunga Makabu, I think, fell just on his back, whereas this time, Fisher went face forward, and normally 9 times out of 10, that means they're done. They're not getting back up. And the towel came in immediately. Johnny Fisher was all kinds of messed up. Dave Allen gets, I don't know, is this the best win of his career? But maybe at this point, because the Nick Webb's not a terrible fighter, but at this point in his career, 33 years old, loads of miles on the clock, being the away fighter, I think maybe in the context of everything, this is the biggest win of his career. And I hold my hands up. I was dismissive of Dave Allen, especially after the weigh-in. I didn't think he had a chance, but he proved me wrong. And at the end of the day, it's heavyweight boxing. It only takes one shot, and that's all he needed. So Dave Allen wins. Let's see what happens. I'll do a separate video on Johnny Fisher. I might upload that this evening, actually, because it's early enough in the night. I might upload it. But yeah, a lot of questions about Johnny Fisher. I don't know what Eddie Hearn is going to do, because it just seems to be one after the other. Frank Warren seems to be planning for the future with his heavyweight signings. Eddie Hearn just seems to be that hole is so deep now. He could probably reach Australia at the end of the day, the hole he's digging for himself with matchroom boxing at this stage. It really does. He could probably reach Australia like that, So I don't know what to say about Eddie Hearn. As for Johnny Fisher, I'll talk about him in a separate video. Let me know your thoughts on this fight in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video as always. People, smash the like button if you could, hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.